agenda is board recognition, and with the start of school, we do not have any board recognition this month.
But we will.
Next up, citizen participation, and we do not have anyone signed up for that. That's great. Number 8, consent agenda items. There is a list in your packet, and anything from minutes to calendar of events, transportation evaluation, and on and on. If anyone has any questions.
So at the bus routes, there's no more second runs, correct?
There's not any more second rounds, so
That's awesome. I
our
love it.
transportation
I
director worked
absolutely
really
love it.
hard on that. That's a big
Pat
win
her
for our
on the back.
district.
Yes. You guys did a great job with that. Good job.
So that was all Miss Betty. She was like, can I do this? And I was like, I hope you can do this. And she made it happen. That's
Good. She's
fantastic.
really good. You need to keep a hold of her.
I would say that's great, not only for our drivers, our kids, but
Yeah.
also our paras that had that
Yeah.
supervision. So.
Yep. In our budget. Yeah.
Okay, any questions on
Nice.
consent agenda, or do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Adam, seconded by Roger, to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Opposed? 5 yes, 1 absent.
Okay, next up, we have, we need to approve our financial statement and our bills. Questions?
Oh. Cutting in and out.
We can hear you.
Do you have a question about financial
Okay.
statement or, the bills?
No.
Okay.
No.
How about a motion? Anybody?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Renee, seconded by Roger, to approve the financial statement and action on the August bills as presented. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? 5 yes, 1 absent.
All right, next up, we have our administrative reports. Our student rep is not with us this month. Let's move into teacher representative report. Hi, Jerry Ann.
Hi, obviously you know me, Jerry Ann Herway, kindergarten teacher, and I'm going to be the teacher representative for the district this school year. I just wanted to thank you for allowing this opportunity for me to be put on the agenda to share exciting and positive things happening in our district from a teacher's perspective. With start of school, we're very excited to see new faces and old faces that come back and visit. Before the workshop days even started, there's lots of teachers, new teachers and old teachers coming back to get ready. Lots of enthusiasm, excited. Putting their classroom together, new themes and decorations. Open house is coming up tomorrow, and we always love that. We always love to see the new faces on our list, get to see some old ones, and it's just a very uplifting time. I have nothing new since we are just now back to school, but there are lots of things with school starting next week that I hope to share at the next meeting. But I just want to say thanks for having this opportunity for me to present to you.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
All right, board and committee reports. I don't know that we've had any committees meet recently, so nothing to share there. Let's move into building principal reports. Elementary. Hi.
Hi, we are good. Our building looks amazing. I hate even saying we because I need to give all the props to maintenance and custodial. We were able to replace 2 big sections of our hallways with the paw prints. We didn't get all of them done, but me being, I'm going to jokingly say, a female and very naive, I did not know the process to that. And so it does take a lot longer, but it's a work in progress. So next summer we'll knock out 2 more sections, but the gold and black paw prints on the floor are replaced in some of those areas, and they look really nice. Our floors are shiny. Walls have been getting touched up with paint this week. So we do appreciate our maintenance and custodian for all their work there. The playground looks really cool.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Really cool. If it would stop raining, I'm sure those workers would be really happy to never see me or Dr. Davidson walking around out there again checking on them. But we can't control the weather, but it is very close and it looks very nice. And so a spin-off to that is we did meet with all of our PLC teams this week for our back to school stuff. And between building leadership team and our vision team, we were able to go ahead and get popsicles on the playground schedule. So our families will get to see the donation of the swing set and our new turf that's from the capital project. So that will be really nice for our families to see. And the fence being moved. And then we also have Grandparents' Day breakfast scheduled, block party scheduled. So we're going and knocking things out and filling up the calendar so we can get people on school grounds. So
How soon will your popsicles up on the playground be?
it is September 10th. Yes, September 10th.
Awesome.
I kind of joked when I sat in on all the different PLC meetings, and then they'd ask me a question. I'm like, I got to switch from PBIS to building lead. Okay, I got to wear this hat and change to this one. But yes, lots of great things going on in our building.
Good.
We are excited for open house tomorrow night.
Good deal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions for elementary? Okay. Middle school.
Hi.
Hi.
Things are going great at the middle school. We all attended our Tier 1 and Tier 2 PBS training to get us all well versed and ready for that. We're kicking off this year with our Lego theme, Building Our Future. And we plan to welcome students back and have a great assembly Friday for them.
Fun. Fun. Any questions from middle school? Mr. Klutz is not with us tonight, but his report's in your packet. He had a lot of good numbers in there about testing data and things like that. So definitely read through all of his wins. And special education report. Hi.
Hi. Special education is good. We, at the time of the report, had all our para positions filled. We do have one middle school para position we are looking for. We have some applicants, so hopefully we'll get that filled as soon as possible. Mrs. McCaffrey and Tracy have been a huge help in getting me settled in, so I'm very thankful for them. We're excited for the new year. Our numbers are up a little bit from June, but that is because we transitioned our pre-K into our numbers, and numbers are changing because people are moving in and moving out, and that'll just continue for the first few weeks until transfer records come in. We're very excited for the year, though. It's going very well.
Good. Thank you. All right. Assistant Superintendent report.
Yeah, I just want to echo Mrs. Herwig. It's been a busy few days, but it's been a very exciting and energetic few days, and it's I think in central office we get kind of tired of looking at each other in July, and we get very excited when the buildings get full again. So it's a happy time.
Good.
I mean,
Couple more days.
Speak for yourself.
All right. Superintendent report.
Yep. One thing I want to add in my report, I always do the numbers each year, and so we are trending down. One of the things I was hoping to break the 1,100 student mark, and as of 3:30 today, we have 1,101 students enrolled. So we broke that, but
That's
again,
up just from what, 12 o'clock?
it is, yes, yeah.
Because that's a different number than what you gave me.
Yeah, so we got 3 more, so I was holding out to hopefully get over that 1,100. But as you can see there, we're just keep decreasing about 50 students roughly per year. It's a trend not only here, but in a lot of school districts. So it's just kind of something that's kind of going on across the state right now. But we are in a good place. I'm excited about the staff we have in place and our admin team and all the things we have going on. We're really in a good position this year as a district. So.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, a lot of hard work and efforts of many. It takes a team to do all this.
Definitely does. Okay, thank you for everybody's reports. Let's move into unfinished business and get a 26-27 budget update.
Mm-hmm. So our budget update, current expenditures year to date is 19% compared to our revenues, which is 62%. And so those numbers are going to look a little different throughout the year than they have in years past, because that's including $8.5 million of capital project bond money in there. So we've already received that $8.5 million there, so that's in that 62%. And then as we spend larger chunks of money on projects that get completed, you're going to see that expenditures go up. So it's all cumbersome, but we're in a good place there. And Matt and I will go through all that later, but we're in a good place budget-wise with our projects.
Any questions about budget? Okay. Next up, we need to approve some policies and regulations. Last month, you were given a list of some policies and regulations that needed to be approved. And we're coming back this month to go ahead and get that done. Looks like there's 2 different policies and 2 regulations. Are there any questions on those? Any motions to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve and adopt the P3151, P3411, R2750, and R3165 as presented.
Second.
Motion by Adam, seconded by Roger, to approve and adopt the following policies and regulations. Policy 3151, Policy 3411, Regulation 2750, and Regulation 3165 as presented. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? 5 yes, 1 absent.
All right. Next up, Navigate Building Solutions, capital projects update.
Do you want me to put the presentation?
We have it in the packet. You can click through it.
How are you tonight?
Good. How's everybody? All right, I have another member with our team joining me.
Hi,
Miss
everybody.
Rebecca?
Hi.
I'm Rebecca
Okay.
Kleba. I'm principal at Bond Architects. We've been partnered with Navigate to work on all the bond capacity projects.
Yeah, so Rebecca and her team were hired to help us through some of the projects that really require a little more professional touch with engineers, licensed architects. So we're going to kind of go through that project here tonight and give you kind of an update on where we're at with the design phase. So we've reached a phase of the design called schematic design, which is approximately like a 20-30% complete design, as you say, of like what a full design that would be ready to go out to bid. So we like to take a moment at that time, kind of step back, see where we're at with the design, also check where we're at with, some of the construction cost estimating that it would take, and hopefully project what we would receive on bid day, which would be later this fall. So we're trying to get an idea, hey, are we still on target with the budget? So this gives us an opportunity to present where we're at with that for you all. So real quick on the presentation. So we had our quick introduction there. Agenda, like I said, we'll go through some updates on the design side. We'll review the program budget and then remaining schedule for the design and pre-con effort moving forward. So with that, as far as architectural overhaul plan, I'll let Rebecca kind of run with the design stuff.
In the Matt's description of the schematic design, we really are just identifying the scope items and what we would be moving forward with developing. In the overall plan, what we've been doing is coming on site and identifying existing buildings, and what we're hoping to do at the end of this is to really return a good set of documents that you can move forward with. We have found that they were sporadic, and maybe 1 set or 8 sets of the exact same project. So we want to make sure that you have a kind of a complete set of all of your buildings at the end of this. So myself and our team have been coming out here kind of pouring through the buildings and dimensioning, and along with Scott and some summer staff that's been helping us get into the buildings. We are still identifying the scope as remodeling existing restrooms throughout the middle school. And then there is 1 lounge that we will be converting to banked restrooms, along with a single faculty restroom that's lockable. And then while doing that, we will also be doing vestibules for the middle school cafeteria that will kind of take that out of the hallway. It's just open air right now, and that'll help control the mechanical system for that, hopefully take less taxing effort from your mechanical system for your cafeteria. And then we'll also be doing a vestibule in the high school. And that's a secure vestibule, so that will have all of the ballistic glazing, transaction window into the office that's just adjacent, really have a controlled access for people coming into the high school. While doing that, and in the corridors and in, your restroom remodels, we will be freshening all the paint in the corridors. And there's a couple reasons of why. One, they just need a refresher, but also we will be doing mechanical systems upgrade, or in some instances brand new because they don't even have them, for heating and cooling your corridors. And so it's really more of a tempered air. You're not going to come out and feel refreshed, but you are getting a more tempered condition, so that's easier on your current mechanical systems that are heating and cooling your classrooms. We're replacing windows that also will help with that control system. Right now you don't have very efficient window systems, and when putting in mechanical or whatever, replacing windows is really going to help with your mechanical systems. And then the the middle school gymnasium, we will be doing refresher paint on that. Outside of the footprint of the main campus, we are also doing a small remodel in the bus barn, adding a restroom, modifying the break room, and then installing an overhead door. Did I get everything?
I think so. The high, we get at the high school. Yeah, you mentioned the high school vestibule as well. Yeah.
And then that lounge restroom that we're converting, the lounge that we're converting to restrooms, we are bringing a new water line in, and Matt can go over that with some of the site utilities that we're doing.
And Rebecca and her team are very professional and great to work with, so she's being very kind. We were really lacking with some of our blueprints over the years. They've been kind of archived in the back closet there, so like she said, when they're finished, we should have a full schematic of our entire district, which would be useful because there's been a lot of upgrades and changes over the years. I think the 1977 blueprints we found had some changes already that we could identify.
Yeah. The high school, I think, originally was designed to the wing that is right up against the woods. It was designed in the plans that we have. It's kinked in, kind of like a wedge. So we came out and straightened all that out. Like that's not how it was built. So
so they'll have a real clean product for us by the time this is finished.
Yeah, and it gives the engineers a chance to make a field trip, come out and actually poke their head above the ceilings and see what's actually there. So the next slide on your packet is sanitary sewer at the middle school. So this is where we're going to actually connect into the building for those new restrooms. This is an upsize sanitary line of a 6-inch line. There'll be a new manhole, and then that brings it out to connect into the existing sanitary to bring it out. So this is just kind of showing you that site plan with that sanitary line, and then the water line, which is kind of on the bottom page there, but it shows on the next slide. There is a new water service. Unfortunately, we weren't able to connect into the existing that's in the building. It's a little undersized, so we have to bring in a little larger water line just to account for that added volume to the system. So that's reflecting there, and we'll do this work kind of in culmination with the parking lot work. So there's obviously we're going right through that parking lot, but come next summer we're getting new parking lots anyway, so we will coordinate that with the parking lot contractor when it comes to be.
And with this, not to catch anybody off guard, but those real pretty pine trees that are right there may have to come out with that sewer line going in, because the roots are just in the way, as well as the one tree is actually buckling the sidewalk. So just kind of heads up on that. Those may need to come out of there just to let that in, make it nice and clean. We can always plant some more trees back on campus.
Yep. Sounds good. Then the next one is HVAC in the middle school.
And I kind of touched on this. We're breaking this up into zones so that you have a good efficient system. And we're going to be putting small rooftop units on top of the roof, and then they will circulate air as you turn a corner. It's a little harder to get that air to circulate, so we'll put another unit, and that's how we're going. They're a little bit smaller units, but they'll be, I think we have 7, is that the number we're at?
I think 7, and actually the recommendation was go to 10. So there's 7 kind of original thought was 7 zones, but because of some of the sizes and the breakup of the
length of the corridor, you know, this is when we're getting into the calculations with the engineers, and they're talking about efficiencies, and in some of them, when the corridor gets too long, we want to go ahead and break that up into 2 zones versus just one. Because you will feel the difference if your I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but your mechanical system should only ever run at 80%. It's designed for 100 for these unfortunately too lengthy of 110 degree days that we've been pumping. That is a little longer than the 2 weeks that usually are in calculations. So that's your 100%, and the rest of the year they should only run at 80. If your mechanical system is running at 100% all the time, the lifespan of that mechanical system is shortened greatly. So we want to design something that's efficient and is really good for the system's longevity.
Yep. And I would mention too, the other area that we're kind of modifying is the concession stand locker room area by the football field to update that ventilation system and actually add heating and cooling in that space as well. So that's not really shown here, but that's a part of this same project.
I think air circulation alone would improve that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, yeah, I'm sure they're,
I can't imagine.
they're getting the full extent of that now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As an ex-football player, I appreciate the ventilation. So moving on to where we're at with costs. So obviously, our job you hired us for, and Bond Architects, is to try to get this project done with the scope that the school intends, and also try to do it within budget. So what I have for everybody's hard copy of an estimate book. So this is deliverable we provide at schematic design and design development, which will be in another month. We have a quick turnaround on the design development side, which just gets a little bit more detailed information. But this reflects where we're at with the design. Our estimating team put costs together with the help of the engineering side of things and their cost opinions. And so we were like, okay, where do we think we're at come bid day? So this kind of gives you an idea and the backup that you can reference, and maybe if you have questions that come up maybe from the public, or you want to ask later on down the road, this is something you can go back to refer to. But this slide kind of highlights where we're at. Almost 2.5 million in construction costs. We are holding a cost escalation just to try to bridge us from now to bid day, which is slated for November. So we want to try to account for potentially material escalations. We do recommend a 10% contingency, especially on renovation projects. You just never know, come opening up the ceilings or getting into the floor, what we're going to find. So we like to recommend carrying that 10%. And obviously, if that doesn't get spent, it's just savings back to the district and put into some other projects. Special construction, we're carrying 15,000. I think that was for the potential for abatement. We're getting into renovation, so we do have that potential there. Professional services, that would be all the consultants, fees, and then miscellaneous costs, just a minor cost for like newspaper ads and whatnot. So that brings it the total for this full bid package of this portion of the project's at 3.2 million. And where that lands on the overall, I can share that the last slide that has all 6 kind of bid packages all laid out. This is bid package 1 that we're updating tonight, and that represents that added cost estimates that we're at right now with schematic design. So overall, with all things up to date with bid package 1, and then we're going to talk demo number. I have updated the demo number, and then all the other actual costs that we have so far. This would only leave tuck pointing, which is going out to bid currently, and then the parking lot replacement projects. Those are the only 2 that are still budget holds at this point. So at the end of the day, 8.8 million out of an 8.9 total budget so far. There is some potential for some bond interest on those bond funds that come back to the district as well. So right now we just leave that at TBD and update it.
I think a week ago we were at about 13,000 on bond interest, so it accumulates pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I owe Dr. Davidson an updated cash flow projection that he can share with your guys' financial institution to try to see what, if we're not spending those funds for months out, what they would project on additional interest as well. So we'll get that updated. Probably I like to try to update those every couple months or so, just so we're all on the same page with your finances. And so that lands us, right about that 108,000 under budget so far, and feeling pretty good about it as a whole. Any questions, concerns on any
I
of
have
that?
a question, and I don't know if it goes to you or you.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
So once this middle school project with the HVAC is complete, will our high school and middle school have HVAC in the hallways?
Mhm.
Does elementary?
Elementary's cool, so it's not.
What about heat? I don't think we have any HVAC in them. Maybe you would know.
And where I-
In your
corridors.
building, in the hallways,
I
is
don't
there
ever call it-
HVAC?
Mhm.
There is HVAC in your hallways?
I've never,
Is it hot?
no, it's a huge
Yeah, it's
difference between
conditioned.
middle school and ours.
Okay.
And in the
I was just
winter,
wondering
it's
if that was the only
I mean,
building
like,
they
I
have
know
left.
when we had an air go out in the classroom, we were leaving classroom doors open, so the hallway
Oh.
would cool down the classroom.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So there must be air.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if that would be the only building that we would have left without full
No.
HVAC.
Oh, no.
We do
we've
still have stuff
captured
in the
everything
halls.
Okay.
With this project.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
And I mean, basically what she said, as hot as it's been, that would be the only reason it would seem, like, for our back to school, you may have noticed, but it's all working, it's just
Yeah.
fighting for its life right now.
Fighting for its
Yeah.
life, that's right.
It's just hot.
Yeah, and
It's
part
too
of that
hot.
was probably the middle school's connected to it.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
corridor right there.
Pulls it.
Pulls it.
Doors opening and closing,
Right,
opening and
right.
closing.
Yeah, because it makes a wind tunnel in that building.
It sure does.
On the extreme opposite sides, two doors are open, you can feel the
Oh, yeah.
breeze go right through there, so.
Mhm.
But yeah. Yep.
So the elementary,
Walkers went out.
intermediate building does have heat and AC in the hallways.
Intermediate would be part of middle school.
Yeah, the middle school section does not, but that's what
That's
we're
what we're
working
doing.
on.
From the tunnel, the painted tunnel over,
Yeah.
should be. From the painted tunnel into middle school is probably not. But again, that's still
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
the old
considered
section.
middle, even though it's third and fourth grade classrooms, that's still kind
Yeah.
of considered middle school.
Yeah.
The
So-
painted tunnel, is that that connector board over there?
Okay.
So Mrs. White, to answer your question, the intermediate does not, but the elementary does have
Okay.
HVAC in the hallways.
But it will have after we're done with
Yeah.
this.
Correct.
Yeah.
So third and fourth grade will be considered in
Yeah,
that.
and
that
In the
hallway.
middle.
it's
Yeah.
included
Yeah.
on the map on slide 7, you can see it.
Yeah.
My computer's doing updates again. Always.
It's always convenient.
So that's kind of where we're at. Next steps, like I said, the wheels are still spinning with the designers. I think structural is actually coming out Monday. I was talking with him. He's going to try to get his head up above the ceilings in the middle school, make sure we're accounted for all this, structural supports for these units that are going to sit on the roof. Civil was out, I think, yesterday, so continue to develop those plans, and we'll do the same exercise for that design development phase in a month from now. Report back to you kind of with an update on that, and then plan is really to wrap up construction documents to go out to bid by November, and we'll hopefully have a contractor on board by the end of the year so that they're ready, starting to they can start ordering materials. Those long lead items like HVAC equipment, it'll be good to have them lined up before the end of the year. They can
Yeah.
get their submittals in and get that stuff rolling, so once school's out, at the end of the year, they're ready to go. So that's the plan.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you for all of that.
Yeah.
Any questions on that project? Okay.
All right.
Let's move into the,
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
the bid package number
Okay.
2.
Yeah, I'll stay up here.
So next up is the bid package number 2. It's the demo of the old admin building and also the maintenance, what are we calling that? Maintenance
It was just the old
room,
maintenance office.
office,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that little shed.
It's like
within the
mystery
shed.
room.
Old
Yeah.
shed mission.
Okay, so they did go out to bid. It looks like we had a couple bids turned in. And do you want to
Yeah.
speak on that, on the
Yeah.
particular one that?
I don't know if you guys have, do you guys have the board memo in your packet?
We do.
It kind of outlines the process, so, yeah, we went out to bid back, try to pull it up. You know, back in July, we did get 3 bids on bid day, so it was good to have, you know, we always try to strive for at least 3. So we did get 3 bids. There was a pretty decent spread, maybe not as close as we would have wanted, but I think the low bid we're pretty confident that they have all the scope covered and they're under budget and they're licking their chops ready to go. I just need to get, you obviously do all approval, and then we would get them rolling and get insurance going and a contract. So ultimately, pretty straightforward project. Demoing the old admin, pulling out whatever the gravel, the slab, and that underground storage tank that's in the old maintenance building itself, and then they would re-pour a new concrete slab in there just for whatever storage they would need moving forward. So all that is accounted for in that $145,000 bid. And at the bottom of that, I did say, you know, we'd recommend carrying $20,000 just for contingency, you know, for anything that might be unforeseen. You know, it's strictly just an owner contingency that's controlled by the district and would be used as needed. So that's the gist of that bid package. And if there's any questions I can help answer, I'd be happy to.
So we're looking for a motion to award the abatement and demolition bid to Thornburg.
I make that motion.
Second. Oh, sorry.
We already had a second.
That's okay.
Motion by Tammy, seconded by Roger to award the abatement and demolition bid to Thornburg. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? 5 yes, 1 absent.
All right.
Very good, and just so the board knows, you know, we'll schedule a kickoff meeting with them. I think most of that work can probably happen, you know, during this first part of the fall, with that old admin building kind of being off by itself. Biggest thing is we're just going to make sure that any of their work is separated from any of the students and staff, so that they're
practice. They practice.
So, say, you know,
Yeah.
said we could. We'll have to increase our insurance coverage.
S&T will do it.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I suspect they'll get on that pretty quick. I think they're eager to get going with that project. So I'll coordinate with Mr. Nye and we'll get that going.
I'm excited for that. All right, next up, let's talk about our athletic field lighting.
yeah. So updates on the field lighting. Lights are burning now. Well, hopefully I don't know if they're burning right at the moment, but football field and softball field are complete. I think they had one pole over the softball field that they had to dress up some of the dirt around one of the poles. They just couldn't get to it the other day with the rain. but I believe they just have to little fine grading around there. So they were able to add, some additional lighting over there by the concession stand. They added those lights for the track area. I think we're still trying to get power to that on-off switch for that, but I think we're
Yeah,
working through
I
that.
talked to the city today, and I believe they put that up this morning.
Awesome.
Verified that this afternoon.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think everything's good. They did have initially some struggle trying to find signal. Apparently Verizon isn't very good receptions down here, but they were able to plug directly into your hard line and get that controller hooked up. So now all the coaches have just a click of their phone and they can turn on the lights on and off. And then they'll probably, I would say, come next week they'll move over to the baseball field and start with the baseball field lighting as well. So yeah, I think we're in good shape there for the start of school. And then the elementary surface, like we were mentioning earlier, I think the good thing about the rain is it's kind of showed just how good of that drainage has been handling all this rain. They did add a lot of under drain tile to that area, and then they covered the main grate drains. I was walking that earlier. I think all they have to do now is they have some seams they still have to sew back together and then spread their sand. So all those bags of sand sitting there, they'll spread that. But I talked to their foreman on the way here. He said should be out of here by the end of Friday. So if not, they'll come back Saturday to make it happen. And we just got to tie that fence back in and be ready for school.
Nice.
Yeah, and the fence is scheduled as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a cold patch going around the basketball court area. There's some openings between the basketball court and the turf that that'll get filled in for the students.
Yeah, and I would just say if there, if there is any issues with any of that, the seams coming apart or the edge or something, just let facilities know, or Dr. Davidson will put warranty. They do have warranty claims that they can come back out for if there's anything that looks like didn't get tied up.
Yeah. And they've been good to work with as well.
They have been very nice.
Yeah.
They're very friendly.
Just be careful when you do that maintenance spot. Joe Beasley might show up.
That what?
No, I'm talking to him. He needs to be careful walking through that maintenance. That's where Joe Beasley used to hang
Is it
out.
about Joe?
I thought you were talking about the playground.
I'll tell you about Joe Beasley sometime.
Okay.
It's a real story.
I'll clue you tomorrow.
It's a real true story.
I was like a little kid. I came out texting him pictures. It was pouring down rain. I'm like, it's working! It's working! All the angles of the playground, all the drainage is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all nice. It looks very good.
Yeah, and then I
That's cool.
noted, or I mentioned tuck pointing. We have a pre-bid, so that it's on the street now. I think we have a local mason that is interested, GMC Masonry. And we have a pre-bid walk with the masons that are interested on Monday. So those bids are coming in. They're due September 10th. So try to get a contractor lined up for that work for that September board meeting.
So funny, I can't tell you how many times I've been asked about the fence. I mean, everything that's happening, and people ask, what's going on with the fence? Why is the fence moved? Really, you don't notice the new playground or the new light bulbs?
Jillian
new lights,
pieces of
but
pea
you
gravel
notice
that are
the fence?
gone.
I had so many people stop me going, what are they doing with the fence out there? What's going on with that? Are you serious right now?
Making those
some
kids
more
kick a ball
space.
away from the building.
That's right.
That's what we're
Giving
doing.
them extra room to run.
But the tuck pointing is something we could probably get going this fall as well, weather dependent, but I would think if it's approved in September, they'd probably start
There's
October.
something wrong with that. It's frozen.
Yeah, this is probably a good time
He's blocked
for
it.
them, because it's like every other contractor working on schools, summer's
Yeah.
No more balls on the
Anything?
roof, right?
Better
Any
not
other
be.
questions from Matt?
To the field. To the field.
They have none. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
so
you so
much.
much.
It's looking great, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
good
really
deal.
looking good.
Good start to the school year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda Walker was the first one to send it.
All right, let's move into new business. board vacancy.
On August 5th, I received a resignation from Caitlin Mace that it was effective on August 7th of 2026.
Okay. So we do have an open board seat. The process to fill that per board policy is an ad will go in the paper. That'll get sent in tomorrow. It will run for 2 weeks, with the closing date being September 8th at 4 p.m. So basically, interested candidates will turn in their qualifications. The process after that is the cabinet, so Roger, myself, and Chris will go through. If we have more than 3, let me say that. If we have more than 3 candidates, the cabinet will go through and get that down to 3, and then we will interview 3 candidates at max. It is during open session. We will hold a special meeting to do that. And hopefully that will be done as quickly as possible so we are not without a board member.
Yeah.
So with this, we'll be able to swear this person in by on our next board meeting? Possibly?
Potentially,
Potentially.
yes.
Yeah. I'm
That'd
not
be
going to
a-
say yes, but that
That would be great
that's a
if
goal.
we could,
Okay.
Yeah.
to fulfill that seat until election.
Right. And we'll also have a later board meeting next month due to other circumstances,
Yeah.
so it's very possible
Okay.
that that could happen.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, any questions about that board vacancy? Okay. Next up, resident agenda items, we have none. And we can move into approving our next regularly scheduled board meeting. We do have a couple of scenarios that it's looking, that we're gonna need a little bit of a later board meeting for the month of September due to an audit and,
Accounts payable personnel.
accounts, yeah, personnel.
So like the 24th?
Yes.
He's
29th.
asking for even later than that, yeah.
Yeah. So we have our audit 1 week, that's the 3rd week of September, and then the following week, our accounts payable personnel will not be available. So if it would suit the board to meet on September 29th, then that would give us the 30th to then pay bills in the month of September. And that would also probably assist in your work vacancy filling as well.
Let's look at this.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Renee, can you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that. That's what I was getting ready to say.
September 29th is the date that we're looking at.
Okay.
Did you hear why?
No, it was cut. I was getting ready to say Dr. Davidson cut in and out the whole time.
So we have an audit in the month of September, and then we also have accounts payable, personnel
Out of this.
will be out of the district. So to get everything done for our board meeting, basically we are looking at September 29th to meet for our meeting and then get bills paid on the 30th.
Okay.
So I will make the motion that we have our meeting on September 29th.
I'll second.
Thanks.
Motion by Roger, seconded by Adam, to schedule the regular September board meeting on Tuesday, September 29th, 2026 at 6 p.m. with closed session to follow. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? 5 yes, 1 absent.
Okay, next up, we need a motion to go into closed session after a 10-minute recess.
So
I'll make
moved.
that motion.
I make a motion.
Oh, yeah, everybody does.
Everybody's doing
Everybody's
it. You just pick Angela.
Everybody in the
Okay.
club.
Second that.
Let's go with motion by Adam and
Sure.
seconded by Renee. To go into closed session in accordance with the provisions of section 610.021, subsection 3 and 13 of the revised statutes of Missouri in order to discuss personnel after a 10-minute recess. Roger?
Yes.
Adam?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Renee?
Yes.
Chris is absent. Jennifer?
Yes.
5 yes, 1 absent.
Okay.